Hey everybody, I've been cleaning my room. I still got all this shit. Hopefully I didn't dox myself. Uh, basically, pretty sure I didn't. Basically got it, we're gonna just try to pick away at this. I don't know where to set up. Just trying to set this up here. How about, yeah, you guys get the cleaning POV. Yeah, I don't know. I don't got chat on. I guess I could load chat. It's my old PC. I've been using my laptop. Like, I've been using my laptop lately because my, this is my old PC. I haven't used this forever. Let's just get it out of the way. Oops. Hopefully I didn't break something. Oh, just something that didn't matter. My self-esteem. Just some plastic bullshit. Basically, a mouse keeps getting in, which you can, you might be able to see it. Not the mouse. The mouse is gone. I don't know where the mouse is. The mouse is getting in through like this hole here. You can kind of see the light. Walk towards the light, chat. You can kind of see the mice are coming in. There's also like kind of an area over here. Not really sure exactly where, but mice are coming in. Okay, so what is going on here? Okay, what the hell is even that? What the hell is even that? Maybe I can load you guys up on my computer screen so I can see what you guys are saying if you're even here. Nobody's here. I'm stupid and unpopular. Nobody likes me. Me. It's okay. Well, it's not really okay, but it's like, it's okay. It'll change over time. Don't worry. My life? Yeah, I'm live. Let's go. There's one person watching. It's me. Can I pop up the chat? Oh, okay, here we go. "2004 called. It wants ZF back." True. There we go. Full screen test. Oh, I can't send anything because I'm not even logged in. That's how scuffed things are. Okay, that's how scuffed things are. But whatever. We're gonna be cleaning. It's really the only thing that matters. I'm really having a tough time. Like, a lot of the things that are going on in my life are, like, out of my control now. Like, I did a lot of upfront work to, like, get things moving, which is good. Obviously, because it's better than nothing. But, you guys need a tampon? I bought those to see if, like, what they were like. I don't actually need them. Unless you count nosebleeds. Because I don't have a menstrual cycle, chat. You know, this, you know, like, let's talk about more things that chat doesn't want to hear about. Like menstrual cycles. Okay, so I forgot my audience is mostly men. Even the audience that does exist. They do exist! Oh! What the fuck did I just grab? It was all wet. Oh, okay. I don't think it was what I thought it was. I think it was just the rags from earlier that were all wet. Okay. I thought it was something else squishy. I don't want to be reaching down and pulling out squishy things. Especially since there's a mouse. Ho ho ho, it's Santa Claus. This needs to go in the trash though. I mean, I'm sure I could wash it, but come on. There's no shortage of Santa Claus hats. Hey, what's up, Sko? You found my comment on the Shang-Chi video? Damn, that's crazy. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I haven't played Shang-Chi in a while. I actually have a random Shang-Chi set right here. Oh, if I don't, oh, here it is. Yeah, I keep random Shang-Chi pieces right here. Yeah, and it has like a little fold-up board in there. When are you playing WoW? I just played WoW earlier. I was running a spell cleave in Scarlet Monastery Graveyard earlier, but that wasn't on stream. I've been playing a lot of stuff off stream. My laptop is my only gaming machine right now for a couple more days. I have a new computer coming in. My computer broke. Well, I gave it to a friend of mine so he can fix it up. I gave it to him for Christmas. But basically the mice, because there's been a mice problem. That's why I'm cleaning. There's been a mice problem. Okay. And the mice, their poop got into my computer fan. Okay. And it fried my PC. What the fuck? God damn it. And so now I gotta get a new PC. I needed a new PC anyway. It wasn't really, first of all, it was a Ryzen graphics card. Ew. Like, it was a Ryzen graphics card anyway. So I got one with a Ryzen and a NVIDIA GPU. I think it's like dual GPU setup, which is better for streaming anyway. I think it's a dual graphics card setup. And, or I don't know, maybe that's just the CPU. I have no idea. Basically it's coming in a few days. I'm kind of been like dealing with some real life shit. So it's actually kind of a good way to take a break anyway. Is that my computer broke. And so I've been using my writing laptop, because I have a Debian Linux laptop. It's Debian 13, Trixie. It's Debian 13 laptop that I have specifically set up for low fidelity stuff, like word processing. I literally just have it. I specifically built it to not be a gaming computer. To not... Oh, there goes the wig I used to wear early on in my early days of streaming. Those days, the dark ages. The dark ages we don't like to talk about anymore. Those days are over forever, and so we need to move forward. Things are moving forward in my life. I might be moving out of here within the next few months. I know that that's a big deal for anybody who's been here for a while. Yeah, that's why I haven't been streaming shorts. You just got an Instagram reel? Holy, 4 hours analysis of Shang-Chi for... Whoo! So you went on YouTube to search for what the F Shang-Chi was, and now here... You saw my comment on a Shang-Chi video. I do have an older video where I was explaining the rules of Shang-Chi. Keep in mind, however, a lot of my older content was before I really felt comfortable in my body. But I had like multiple work done on my face and stuff. I feel a lot better now. Oops, I didn't just do work on my face though. TLDR is I turned an Audi into an innie. It was like a 5-year process of trying, American Medicare system, like medical system. What are you going to do? It takes 5 years just to turn an Audi into an innie? Come on. Come on. Get with the program. Yeah, so I've been playing WoW Classic though. I got, on my Linux laptop, I got Lutris, which is like a wine wrapper, which doesn't make sense if you don't understand what I'm talking about, so don't even try. It's basically, but if you know exactly what I'm talking about, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Linux, am I right? That's not what I had in mind when I said L's in chat. Linux. Exactly. So, I managed to get WoW Classic running, so I've been, and I have potato graphics settings. Absolute potato. Like, not only, like, normally I run with lowest graphics settings anyway, because it's just better, like, more responsive. Things are less likely to go wrong. You have more FPS and all that kind of stuff. It's better to use lower graphics anyway. But even worse than like the lower graphics I usually use. So it's actually like the olden days, like when the game first came out, which is actually kind of good for me because I never got to play when the game first came out. So I took it upon myself to set up WoW Classic on a Linux laptop that is specifically made by me to be as low fidelity as possible, to only allow something such as word processing. And now I've turned my Linux laptop into a gaming laptop temporarily until my new PC comes, and then I can get back to, sticking my laptop into my bag and never doing any actual writing, never getting my novel finished. I can get back to that. Okay, so I can get back to procrastinating about my writing projects and then not feel as guilty because I'm gaming. Instead, I can feel guilty about gaming here at my desktop PC. And that's different. You get it? Like, it's different. it just is. It just is, okay? And so yeah, I haven't been streaming. It's actually been kind of like detrimental to my mental health, which is really weird if you think about it. But it also makes sense if you really think about it. Because it's like streaming is actually like really, it's really kind of cathartic. Like, especially since I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on right now that nothing I do really makes a difference. Obviously, stuff like cleaning my room makes a difference, but like there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really make a difference. I I can't make housing happen. No matter how hard I try, I just have to wait for the system in place to get me out of here. And it looks like there's some movement forward. My care coordinator at North Bay Regional Center got me connected to a program for like something called like mentor homes or something like that. And so it would be temporary, basically. I mean, it wouldn't be temporary, but it would be temporary because we're moving towards long-term, sustainable, like independent housing, like an apartment, like a studio apartment or a one-bedroom, if I get lucky. But those wait lists are much longer. But I am on wait list to get like, you know, rental assistance and all that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on at once. And that's the good thing. That's the good part, is I put a lot of effort towards making all these things start to happen. A lot of people aren't even like, you know, getting started yet. And I've already gotten started. I'm more than started. I'm at the part where there's nothing more I can do. Not a lot of people can say that, chat. Like, not a lot of people can actually say that. That you said, I've done everything I can to get myself into these resources. There is always something else that people could be getting on. I am on every single possible connection that it's possible for me to get. And then some. Like, I have 12 people on my team whose job it is to make sure that I succeed in life. Most people are on their own. And most people are able to make something happen even on their own, but unfortunately I'm not. I wish I could. I feel miserable about it, to be honest. I feel miserable that I can't. I know it's not my fault. I know it's because I have a developmental disorder. There's nothing I could do about that. I didn't choose that. But it still sucks. And it makes me feel like I don't really matter. It makes me feel like none of my goals are ever going to be met. But if I look at the evidence says that I meet all my goals. Like, I literally made all my gender-confirming surgeries happen. You know how hard that is, even for people who aren't on the spectrum or who don't have, like, a history of trauma that because they're on the spectrum, because of an environment that was extremely traumatic and non-supportive for my entire childhood and adult life, without any real support at all, that has led to me having a permanent disability that I am still working on. I'm not giving up, you know? It's like, I could be completely justified in just saying fuck it and just pulling an Asmongold. And I'd be living the dream, well, his dream. I'd be living his dream. Unfortunately, I have standards, and I care about myself, and good for me. Honestly, knowing him, which I don't, but like, knowing him, he'd probably be proud of me too. He'd be like, good, you're not like me. You know, that like, nobody should want to be like him. He's made it very clear that that's like the worst possible way to exist. His actual goal will never be met because he started earning money being a streamer. Honestly, I'm living his dream right now. And that makes me better than him, to be honest. Like he hates that he can never be me. He can never, his goal was to not have a job and to completely milk, like, government resources. The only difference is this is not what I want. This is just what I need. But that's actually what he wanted. And he'll never get it because he became a multimillionaire. So, you know, kind of sucks to be him, to be honest. I kind of feel sorry for him. Like, he'll never get what he wants. Ever. Unless he starts, like, you know, shooting up drugs or something. But even then, like, he's kind of too big to fail now. He's already proven that there's nothing he could do to ever ruin his income stream. Like, he's pretty much lost. Like, he's done. Game over. He's never gonna get that achievement. No wonder he's so depressed. He started becoming successful and it fucked up his plans. I feel sorry for the guy. I wish he wasn't so, like... How? Ew. I wish he wasn't so, like, like, he's just, like, I don't know, it sucks. There's a situation with, like, a lot of people don't like LGBT people and such, like, queer people, and people like Asmongold. I just wish that he would, like, do a little bit of, like, soul searching and, like, have a conversation instead of, like, being stuck in his own opinion. Because it's not even just about Asmongold, because he's just a random dude. He's got a lot of viewers, but in the grand scheme of things, they don't particularly matter. But it is upsetting. And I care about people. And I care about them too, even though they might not realize it. I do care about them because they're disenfranchised. They have nobody on their side except for other people who are very toxic and have so much high expectations for people. Basically, they hate women. They don't respect women, unless they fit their standards. And at what point is the woman allowed to be herself and make her own decisions rather than have to, like, have a certain standard at all times that some man will approve of? Like, oh, you can't be respected if you do OnlyFans. Fuck you. Like, nobody respects you for going on Reddit at 4 a.m. for your 18th shit post about hating women. Like, how is that any more respectful? To be fair, if you're gonna throw fire, I'm gonna throw fire back. Like, if you're gonna shit on women for doing OnlyFans, then don't, like, cry when, like, people shit on you for having absolutely no life, for not showering, for not, like, respecting women, for not, like, anything, really. Like, nobody cares about you. And that's probably why they're so upset. But, you gotta make changes. I'm sorry, but, like, that's how life is. Like, you can't just expect everybody to just, oh, well, I have a shitty opinion, and I'm mad that everybody hates me for it. And so instead of actually trying to learn why people are mad, I'm just gonna get even more mad because it's my right to have this opinion, and I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to keep this opinion, rather than do some actual soul searching and some, like, real life research to actually understand the impact that my content has on my audience. That every single time I say something without even understanding the total impact of every single thing I say to an audience of people that absolutely hates every single person that doesn't match their opinion of what should be, it just perpetuates this huge problem. And, like, I wish there was a way to, like, help him understand, like, because it's hurting a lot of people and he doesn't accept that. But just because you don't accept it doesn't mean it's not real. Okay? Like, a lot of people have been trying to reach that individual. I know people say, oh, just don't worry about it, don't think about it. Why are you looking at that content anyway? You can't avoid it. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's like, if you try to avoid certain content, well, the problem still exists. It doesn't go away just because you avoid it. I stopped letting it, like, completely just tear me down. I know a lot of people are obsessed with Asmongold and make it and let him ruin their day. Don't. He wouldn't want that either. If you've watched any amount of Asmongold, you would understand that he just, like, he's like, it's really complicated. Because he's not, like, a bad person. He's just disgusting. And besides that, because you can completely get rid of all those ad hominems, those have nothing to do with any of the actual problems. You know, the fact that he doesn't shower, the fact that he has roaches, none of that matters. Everyone attacks him for his, like, for all that stuff. None of that fucking matters. The only thing that matters is how he presents himself online in a constant state of just refusing to do any actual empathy work. And it's like, oh, but I don't have to. It's like, oh yeah, sure. I mean, you don't have to, but have you tried it? Like, you know, maybe, like, it might pay off. Like, you already know what it's like to not care. Because apparently you do care. Because you constantly get mad about people being mad at you. So, like, hey, if enough people are mad at you, you could say fuck them. But what does it actually solve? Like, what problem are you actually solving? Like, and then you can pretend that you don't care. You do care. You care very much. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. And yeah, I know, like, a lot of this, you have to differentiate two different things. There is Asmongold, and then there is Asmongold's audience. Those are two very different things. Now, you could criticize either one of those, but when you talk about Asmongold, you're really talking about not him as a person, but how he interacts with his audience, which his audience is a real problem, and it's not just about Asmongold. His audience exists everywhere in the world. They're the real problem, and they also have a problem that has been ignored. Those people actually have been disenfranchised, and I know people don't like to hear this, but these people have been disenfranchised more than you know. Like, these are people who don't have anybody. They've been stuck, alone, isolated. Nobody likes them. They have really hateful beliefs. And that's a problem. And they don't think it's a problem. But it's because they only get support from people who share those beliefs. It's been a problem for a long time. These are people who go into rabbit holes online, especially on places like 4chan and Reddit. And that's the only place where they get any support. But it's not the right support. It's not really the support you want. It's definitely not the support you need. And I want these people to get help. It's not about, like, oh, go to therapy. Therapy doesn't matter. It's what you do in therapy, but you don't need therapists to do what needs to be done. What needs to be done is you need to truly ask yourself, like, why is it that you do what you do? And what do you truly want out of life? And what's stopping you? And you could say, oh, it's because I don't have a girlfriend. It's like, well, that's a symptom. That's a symptom of a deeper issue. Nobody likes you, and it's because of your behavior. It's because of your lack of respect. You say things that you think is funny. Nobody else thinks it's funny. You're the only one. And every time you say these things and you say, oh, are you woke? Are you woke? It's like, no, it's not about being woke or not. It's about, dude, like, read a room. You know, like, if you're so upset that you can't get a girlfriend, you can't get laid, maybe fix the problems that are causing that to happen instead of blaming the people who don't like you. That's it. And here's the thing is, like, people like Asmongold, he has this belief that it's okay to respect certain things because they're things that align with his own beliefs, or because it's things that he likes. But if you put the exact same situation with a person he doesn't like, he just paints every single situation in a negative light if it's something he doesn't really like. Even if it's the same exact, like, if all he did was, like, use the same, like, attitude that he has toward people he does like, there's no real reason. Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel bad for these people. And they cause a lot of damage. And so it's like, yeah, I play a lot of, I play tank and I play healer in World of Warcraft. Warcraft. And the reason I play these things is because I like helping people, but also, if you really think about it, the way that you play games is the way you treat everything else in your life. And I always felt that like, if I can do even the smallest thing to help somebody out there, I don't think it's a waste of time. Now, I do have a finite amount of energy, so there's only so much I can handle. Oh God, there's so much stuff just like in the way. And I can't move my chair. Because my chair is basically permanently stuck in the room because I had to, in order to put this chair in here, I had to put it in like one half at a time. Like I had to put the bottom half and then the top half. I had to set up the chair here in the room because it wouldn't come in through the door. So when I actually like move out, I'm gonna have to disassemble the chair. It's kind of ridiculous, you know? Yeah, I don't know. People say, you know, like they live rent-free in your head. It's not really about that. That's such a cop-out. I really dislike when people are like obsessed with that. They're like, oh, then what? If you're so upset by it, why do you even watch it? It's like, that's such a cop-out. Obviously, I don't have to watch it. That's like, you can factor that out of the equation. If I'm watching something, it's because I chose to watch it. You should respect that. And if I comment on something, it's because I chose to think about it and I chose to comment about it. I hate it when people are like, oh, why are you wasting your time trying to comment on people like Asmongold? You're not going to change them. It's like, you don't know that. Are you saying they're not human beings that are capable of change? Like, yeah, if they're bots, then no. But, like, there are people who are not bots. And they're just... I had this, you know, the thing that gave me the most hope out of anything ever that I've had online, because internet is a tire fire, okay? We can accept that, we can acknowledge that, we can filter that, we can kind of like, you know, like you get like a fact, like a fraction, like in math, okay, and you just simplify the fraction. We could just simplify the fraction here and just get over the fact that obviously the social media is a tire fire. It's the worst people. We already know this. We don't need to like, we can simplify it, like, you know, like factor it, or, you know, whatever. We can just kind of filter out all the stuff that we already know and cancel it out and zero it out. You know how, like, on a scale, right? You have a scale, like you're measuring like something. I don't know what you would measure. Probably something that was like powdery, or something that was like, you know, green or something. I don't know, but you would take something that you're measuring, but you get a container, and then you weigh that first, and you hit the 0 button. That's kind of how you should treat social media, in my opinion. If you're going to think about social media, you have to start from a place of understanding that it is a tire fire, and then you're like, that being said, here's what we can work with. And once you get to that place, anything's possible. Because it's like, there are a lot of people who have never engaged with LGBT people in a positive way. And you have to look at it from their point of view. They don't know any trans people. I'm going to use trans people as an example because I'm a trans woman. I've undergone all the surgeries that I needed. Facial surgery, vaginoplasty. Okay, so it's been 6 years, you know, since beginning HRT, and it's been almost 2 years. It's crazy that I can say this. It's about almost 2 years since my vaginoplasty. I've lived with a vagina for almost 2 years. Okay, like, this is awesome. But anyway, we don't need to talk about that. This is the experience I have on social media and anywhere. It's not even just social media. Actually, in real life, I have a better I have a better experience in real life most of the time. There were some medical situations that were frustrating, but you know, that's few and far between. I have a pretty good experience out in the real world. It's actually the internet. Honestly, even on the internet, I have a pretty goddamn good experience. I don't know what it is. It's just, I have a pretty good experience. Maybe I'm just coping. I don't know. But, you know, all that being said, that's my point of experience. That's my expertise. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I commented once on a tweet by Asmongold when he was talking about the whole, like, people were losing their goddamn minds about Hogwarts Legacy. Not necessarily about J.K. Rowling, because I do have issues with her, but she's kind of irrelevant. I just don't really care what she has to say. She's really irrelevant. You can have all opinions about her as you want, but, like, you know, she's kind of like Asmongold, to be honest. Like, she thinks that she's doing something, and I understand where she's coming from. Like, she wants to push something that she believes in, but she doesn't understand that the things that she believes in, if she really, like, broke it down, it aligns perfectly with LGBT people, with trans people, specifically trans women. Like, but she chooses not to understand it. She chooses to see it in a different light. And it's frustrating because at a certain point, somebody is just not going to change. But that being said, it doesn't mean you can't try. Not to change them, but to help people understand better. Because you shouldn't be trying to change everybody. I mean, imagine if somebody was trying to change you for who you are. And you're like, I'm not going to change. I am who I am. It's not about changing. Like, yeah, like, everybody changes. Like, everybody wants to change in some way. Even if you think you don't. Everybody changes in some way. Like, you're going towards something. Like a direction that you want to go. And even if it's small. And you might convince yourself that you're not, but you are. I commented on that because it wasn't really so much about J.K. Rowling. It was about what people were doing in response to the game, going after content creators for simply playing the game when that's their job. Like, these are people who every time, like, are you kidding me? If you're a YouTuber and you do Let's Plays or you do game reviews and you have the opportunity for Harry Potter, which is like one of the biggest cultural phenomenons on the planet, and a new game comes out that's like a Souls-like, which is also another popular type of genre, you'd be crazy not to do it. Even if you don't care about J.K. Rowling, even if you don't really care about Harry Potter, you'd be crazy. But for people, like, making death threats, like, trying to get people, like, extremely canceled from all their sponsors, etc., like, that is absurd. What if that was you, and your job was to review this game? You know, like, it doesn't mean you have to give it good reviews. Like, but you're gonna, you'd be stupid not to. And I said something that was very logical, and then somebody said, you know, like, they had a few, like, back and forths with me, and they're like, actually, like, you know, they said, if I can say something, like, I actually expected you to be, like, angry and delusional and fighting me, but I actually had, like, you had some pretty solid logical points, and, like, I've never had this experience before. That right there is what I'm looking for. That there was one person in that whole entire tweet, maybe there were more, but, like, there was at least one, who finally had an experience where they met a trans person, especially a trans person online, that wasn't what they believe to be crazy. And it's not about like trying to appease these people. It's not about trying to like fit their standards, because you're never going to fit their standards. They hate women because they always need women to fit their standards. And then they're wondering why they don't have a girlfriend. It's like, oh, it's women's fault. It's because women are too liberal. It's because women are like, you know, don't have a father and do OnlyFans and then fuck women. It's like, dude, you're the problem. You're the problem. And until you admit that you have the problem, you're never going to be a real man. I mean, I know that like that's the language that's kind of toxic, but that's the language that they're used to. That's the language that they use. If you want to put it in your own terms, you're being a little bitch. Okay? Anyway, I kind of was going on a little rant. Look, we made some real progress. You can't really see it. I need to like sweep all this shit. I'm kind of getting a little tired of talking. Yeah, I just thought I would like do a little bit of an update and like clean a little bit, like clean up a little bit, like and like kind of update you guys on stuff. And I kind of got in a rant. This is actually kind of why I need to be streaming more anyways, because I need to get all this shit out of my system. I see a lot of shit from people like Asmongold on my YouTube feed, no matter, and I chose, you know, I could just block it, but if you block it, 10 more respawn. Okay, that's not the right strategy. You know, it also, even if Asmongold stopped making content today, somebody else is going to take his place. You can't solve a problem by getting rid of the symptom. You have to have these hard discussions. You have to help people learn. You have to learn yourself too. It's not just one-sided. I have to learn how to be a better person. It's not just other people's responsibility. It's all of our burden. And if other people aren't going to do it, then and if you want them to, you're going to have to pick up the slack that you know, until they can. Give them a reason to care. Because nobody has cared about them doesn't mean you should just continue that tradition. Like, they need somebody. It doesn't have to be you, but like, if you have the opportunity to be a voice of reason for a person who has never experienced an exchange with a person like you in a positive way, and you could be that one person that makes all the difference, people like me and other trans people and other queer people of like different types of like, you know, all the people who are kind of like, you know, bullied, you know, all the different types of people. It does us all a favor if you give somebody who you have the opportunity, you don't have to, but you have if you have an opportunity to give somebody a positive interaction with somebody that they expect to have a negative one in, it does us all. It's like AoE healing. Like, you maybe this person doesn't change their mind. Maybe they have like a small little like, like a little bit of an adjustment. Like, maybe not all trans people are psychopaths. Because there are crazy trans people out there. I would know. No, there are crazy like people. And it's not because they're trans, just because there's really unreasonable people out there. And I don't want to associate with them. And I think that it's bad to just associate your transness as like who you are as a person. It's like, no, it's just like a medical footnote in my life. You know, like I've had surgeries. Like I'm done with the surgeries. Now it's time to move on to the next things, like getting my housing situated. That problem didn't go away. I need to build my career. I'm starting up, I'm starting up slowly. Housing needs to be really situated before I can fully move into my career goals. But I am making movement. I got a job. I'm going to be doing modeling for art classes. It's nude modeling, so I'm going to be naked. But it's going to be like tasteful. It's for like academia. You know, it's for like art students at college. And regardless, I don't care if people think it as something's tasteful or not. Like, I exist. That makes it tasteful. Okay? Like, I don't care if it's like art or whether it's porn, whether it's like something in between. I don't care. I don't need your approval of me to be happy and fulfilled. Okay, like, I think these people who don't understand, they say low value woman. And then people say like the same thing about like low value men or whatever. It's like, I don't need to meet your rubric. Okay, that's your own bullshit. And like, if you put that on everybody else and say, this is a woman that deserves respect because she's not only in OnlyFans, but this other girl who's doing OnlyFans, this woman who's doing OnlyFans, doesn't deserve respect because she needs a father in her life. Like, no, you don't need some father in your life. You don't need anybody in your life but you. You never did. Okay, you know, like, honestly, it's good to have, like, you know, role models and support. But in the end of the day, the only person who exists is you. Nobody's going to live your life for you. You can have support. You can have help. Like, I have help. And it's not enough. I mean, at least it doesn't feel like enough, at least at the moment. Because in the end of the day, I'm going to be the one who has to take care of the things that I need to take care of. And it's good that I actually reached out for help. Because that's part of it. Like, that's part of it. Like, I needed to get help. And so I did. I could have ignored it. I could have just gone on 4chan and found a bunch of dudes who hated women and then like, you know, circle jerked for like, you know, a decade. But instead, I focused on myself, and I found out that I needed to get gender confirming care. And that I'm not a man. And like, I don't need your acceptance. I don't need your approval. I don't need you to understand. I just need, I don't need anything, really. It's just, I would hope that you would treat me like a human being. Because I am. And you could say, oh, well, you know, you're not like the prettiest in the bunch or whatever. Like, you know, well, that's like your opinion. Okay, like, nobody cares. You know, even if I was attractive, which apparently I am. You know, I need some, you know, I need a little bit of extra prep, probably some makeup, some better lighting, and I probably need to be in better, like, I've been really fucking stressed out. Been really fucking stressed out. Text to speech. Anyway, I'm just going on a rant. What I'm saying is that, like, there are so many people out there that their entire vision of the world is that this is the way that proper society lives, and this is the way that improper society lives. And if you match this category, I accept you. And if you don't, there's something wrong with you. And that's a false world belief. Because it's purely opinion. And you're expecting the rest of the world to shape themselves based on your rubric. Okay, like, that's kind of messed up. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy, Asmongold. If that's your rubric, is having people match your version of reality, of what reality should be, or they're bitches, or they're losers, or they're crazy. They need to be put in a padded room. Don't you understand? Like, that's where that line of thinking comes from. It is harmful, but I don't want to do the thing that everybody else does, which is just shit on the person for having these opinions instead of actually addressing the ideas. And when I saw that somebody had a positive encounter with me, we did not agree. Maybe we did a little bit, but we had a conversation. And when you have a conversation, that puts a light bulb in someone's head, that maybe the people I hate aren't as bad as I think they are. And I need to do the same thing too, because all the people that I think are dangerous or bad or whatever, they're also in pain in a different way. And, you know, it's not like comparing apples and oranges, but it's just like, there are people who are disenfranchised, and there's a cause and effect, a series of steps that person has taken in order to get to the supposed harmful beliefs that you accuse them of. They are human beings. And if there's, you have to have hope for them, because if you can't have hope for them, how could you have hope for yourself? Like, think about it. Anyway, I'm kind of going on a rant. I'm like kind of avoiding the rest of my cleaning that I got to do. I cleaned out all this. Well, first of all, I cleaned up all this shit a long time ago, but I need to like actually like scrub it. Like, there's like nasty, like you can't even see it. It's too dark. There's like nasty stuff. I'm basically letting vinegar soak in the floor there. This is where my new computer on Tuesday is gonna go. Or I don't know when it comes. But I need to clean my room. I kind of gave myself like a task. I need to actually clean my room. So I need to finish that up. I got like garbage bags and stuff to take out. I just wanted to give a quick update and kind of speak about some thoughts I was having. It's kind of usually what I do on my stream. 'Cause basically, like, I obviously nobody is going to be able to fix all the problems in the world. Like, nobody. But at the same time, it's like, well, obviously it's important to me. If I keep seeing these things on my YouTube algorithm of like Asmongold shitting on women or something, like, yeah, you could block it, but if you block it, like 10 more are going to come back, and other people are going to, it still doesn't change the fact that these people have these beliefs. And so it's like, yeah, like I decided instead to try to like, let's see what we can learn about these people. Like, let's study them. Like, people like Asmongold need to be researched. Okay, like we need to like study him, because he's like an anomaly of like, but he's not that weird. Like, there's a lot of people exactly like that, and so it's like, I want to help people like that any way I can. Obviously, it's not my job to, and I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna break my mental health to help them, but I do have energy sometimes. And I have been a little bit brain dead lately. Unable to even like have like basic sentences complete. I have been a little bit brain dead lately. I'm getting kind of on the end of my rope. Like, I was already on the end of my rope. I'm on the end of that. Okay, but things are like gonna be taking a turn for the better. I've been promised. And pretty soon there's going to be some kind of movement forward with housing. So I don't have to live here anymore. And eventually I'm going to get my own apartment. And then, who knows what can at least from there I'll have a good baseline. And I'll be able to slowly build my career as a model, as a content creator. I know a lot of people like think I'm delusional, but stay in your own lane. Like, you don't know what I'm dealing with. You don't know like what kind of talent I have, what kind of skills I have. You don't know. So it's like, I do have skills. I'm not being utilized. And I don't know how to get to that point, especially when I'm living in this trailer. So like, me and my team have pretty much all come to the agreement that pretty much nothing can happen until I get the fuck out of here. And like, even like with streaming, like it's like not about the streaming, it's about like the amount of energy I can have to actually create movement in my life. It's not about Twitch, it's not about like OnlyFans, it's not even about anything. It's just, if I don't have a solid baseline, how am I supposed to make anything work? And that's pretty much what's going on. Anyway, I'll see you later. I'm probably going to play some more dungeons later after I get more cleaning done. I need to finish this cleaning task before I get back on my computer and do some gaming. I'm not going to be able to stream until I get my new PC set up, because I've been on my Linux laptop playing like WoW Classic in like super potato mode. Okay, I got level 36 Priest today. And I got my level 47 Warrior. I got level 28 Warlock. Okay, we're going to slowly be working up towards level 60 I want to get my priest caught up to my warrior, and then I could just basically pick and choose whether I want to tank or heal each day, or back and forth even. That's kind of the plan. I'm really loving WoW Classic. I feel like I'm reliving a lot of nostalgia from when I played Final Fantasy 11 as a kid, because I didn't play World of Warcraft. I played Final Fantasy 11 as a kid, and it's something. It's something to hold on to and to get me through these dark times. And you can think that I'm ugly, you can think that I'm gross, you could think I'm an abomination. Like, leave me alone. Like, what did I ever do to you? Like, come on. Leave me alone. Let me live life. Let me be happy. Like, I'm doing the best I can. Like, just like anybody else. Like, why would you fault me for succeeding? And doing the best I can to succeed. Like, just because you don't like me? Like, why don't you like me, first of all? What did I do to you? What's so wrong with me? Like, what did I ever do to you to, like, you know, make you hate me? Anyway, bye-bye.